we don't need roads.
Guys, good to see both of you. This film is genuinely just so beautiful. So seriously, thank you for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm going to jump into this. Daisy, I'm actually going to start with you. I feel like so many of us who are movie fans learn lessons about love growing up kind of by watching movies and TV and pop culture. And you have covered so many different types of relationships within pop culture between normal people and fresh and now this film. But I've always wondered if actors can learn lessons about love from their own characters in sort of the way that we do as fans. Have you ever learned lessons about love from your own characters?
I definitely have, I think I've learned the incredible effect that you can have on a person's life. Because I think all the characters that I've played and all the love stories I've played, the main thing I've noticed is the sort of ripple effect that the person you meet at a young sort of age of development can have such a huge effect on who you become. And so surrounding yourself by the people that change you for the better is a really cool thing. So maybe that.
It's like a love version of butterfly effect in a really weird way, which is very cool. For both of you, I feel like anytime you're adapting a beloved novel, fans want you to be as accurate to the character as possible. But as actors, I would imagine that there has to be a degree of wanting to add something that's you. So I'm curious, what did you guys, each of you, add to your characters that's 100% your call, your decision, your creation? It's entirely you.
I mean, truth be told, I don't think you ever get to get rid of yourself unless you're Daniel Day-Lewis. I think you always bring a piece of yourself to every part you play. The goal is to disappear as much as possible, but I think it comes down to casting. I think Livy just did a great job at finding, Kaya and Tate.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm trying to think, because I think I was hoping to try and be as accurate and bring as to the characters as possible. So, I think you're right. I feel like Livy, when she was casting, was definitely trying to find as much of the character within us as she could when we were auditioning. And so I think there is plenty about Kaya that actually I sort of related to or had perhaps that she saw. Yeah. And
For
so
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then in Daniel Day-Lewis fashion, he was method. He was actually the Crawdads in the film. He was just in the background. He was
also the Spanish Moss. Brilliant.
He's amazing. The man can do anything. Outside of your performances, one of the things that most people are looking forward to with this film is Taylor Swift's single on the soundtrack. But I've always wondered this question. When you're an actor in the film, can you casually listen to the soundtrack of your own movie? Like, would you care if someone saw you driving around listening to Taylor's song, which was written for a movie that you star in?
Well, that's such
if it's as good as Carolina.
Yeah, well, exactly. Then you can't be blamed. But I think it's also funny because when you're making a film, you obviously don't have any idea of what the songs or the soundtrack's going to be. But then when you watch the film or you hear them afterwards, I find that my memory of the making of the film then has that soundtrack on it, even though I didn't know what it was when I was making it.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
No, now it's going to be stuck with me forever, I think. Which is the beautiful thing. You'd be able to play a song and just take me back to the amazing times we had on set.
Totally.
That's so interesting. I wonder, if Kate Winslet, when she thinks about Titanic, if she hears Celine Dion, you have to, right?
She probably does, even though obviously she wouldn't have known during filming that, that would have been the song. Yeah.
That's amazing. Both of you guys have experience both in films and television. In essence, you get in television, you get the chance to play characters over multiple episodes, multiple hours. With film, you just have that finite, oftentimes just 2 hours. I'm curious if you guys had multiple episodes, multiple hours with Kaya and Tate. What's an aspect of who they are that you would have loved to maybe even had that extra time to dive into and flesh out more?
I think perhaps even more interaction between Kaya and nature. Perhaps that, I think because she learns so much of who she is and also so much about society and the world through her observation of sort of the interaction between the animals she lives amongst. So maybe even more time, in nature.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what pulled Tate away so long, what his life was like at the biology lab and, at work and, what he went through while he was missing Kaya, which eventually led him back to her.
So what I'm hearing is spin-off novel and then spin-off film. It's just a whole Crawdads cinematic universe. If Marvel can do it, why can't we do it?
Daniel Day-Lewis has got to sign on first.
That's exactly right. Guys, seriously, congratulations on this. I leaving the theater the other night, just the good tears, but just completely just saw not even a cute single tear, just gagging, like that weird silent cry. So seriously, I appreciate you. I know you have a busy day, so thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Mountain. We don't need roads.